be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10 with the same with the Grizzly Gentlemen. They're both fantastic deals and they help support the show. What is up, Planeswalkers? Theurx6 back with more Magic the Gathering Arena, and it is my first sitting down and recording since I did my batch recording after break. I'm back in my lovely home with my lovely chair and my lovely computer. I'll be recording again. So, if I'm rusty at literally anything, I'm sorry. I've essentially not been recording or even playing all that much while I was away. So, as usual, we're going to talk briefly about the deck, we're going to play, and then we're going to go over the deck in earnest. So this essentially is just a black-white Auras deck. I really like Hateful Eidolon, so that's why I chose this one instead of the blue-white Auras deck. I wasn't sure which one I wanted to do, but I did want to do an Auras deck, and I figured I like the one with Hateful Eidolon better. So this is a list that I took from MTG Goldfish. This specific one looks to be by Adam Bowles, so a link to that will be in the description. And yeah, the point of this deck essentially is to get a lot of value out of casting your auras, attacking with very few creatures while protecting them with some of the other things in your deck, and then of course you have a Hateful Eidolon, so that you can continue to draw even more cards. We are a Lurrus deck because we essentially just have 1s and 2s, and since we only have 1s and 2s, we only have 20 lands. So let's hop on in. We're going to do best of 3 for this because there's no historic rank. This did come with a sideboard. I did not make any changes. I thought about it and I was like, eh. I hope everyone has had a happy holidays. A Merry Christmas. Apparently Hanukkah was relatively early this year. I legitimately don't know anyone who celebrates Kwanzaa, but if you do, happy Kwanzaa. I don't know when any of the holidays do. So, interesting thing. I'm not a big celebratory guy. I'm not a fan of traditions. Is this hand fine? I'm gonna mulligan this. I'll keep this because this is a land. Hello. You know, I'm not big on tradition. I'm not big on celebration, surprises, etc., etc. They're just not really my thing. I kind of just don't see the point in doing things for the sake of doing things. Although, you know, there is some fun to be had for Christmas for sure. Is an elemental tribal deck. Is it just red-green? It might just be red-green. Play this, and then we can start pumping up our Spiritdancer. And yeah, so I just kind of all of the holidays, I kind of forget them. Obviously, it's hard to forget the big ones, you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, your birthday, your a single person's birthday. Although for what it's worth, I've absolutely forgotten my birthday in a more than 5 times throughout my 26 years of living. And I'm really only counting the times where I have the wherewithal to have forgotten. So, you know, that's 13 years, something like that. But, you know, oh, and Halloween. Halloween's my favorite holiday. But it's just because I like horror, or I just like scary things. So that's kind of just why. Cartouche. Well, I'm going to do both, I guess. Draw a card. Do another Cartouche. Jeez. I will play this. Comes in tapped because I don't have any mono black things to play. I'm gonna Smork. They probably just chump block with their Leafkin Druid. They might take it. It is only 6. Ooh, that's dangerous, right? The thing about these aura decks is that they have ways of getting evasion, right? They can obviously give their attacking creature protection from a color that's shared. So right now, if I gave this Spiritdancer protection from green, I could just hit my opponent. But they also have access to a couple of the evasive cards like Angelic Gift. It's just a really easy way. This is not great for you. This doesn't do all that much. To untap a land, I get to block it really easily, so you don't attack, obviously. I mean, you don't want to attack with that. Alright, literally all I need is to just draw a thing that gives my creature flying or protection from... I guess I would need 2 protections. But I think that's okay. Alright. We're not going to play this just yet. First things first, we're going to Cartouche. And you want to load it all up on, like, the same thing. Hateful Eidolon is nice. How do you cast an aura spell specifically? Alright. Cartouche. I do think that might have been a little uncalled for. Alright, so they're a creature deck. I'm actually going to bring in these and all of these. Alright, let's see. What do I want to get rid of? Get rid of Agadeem's Awakening because I don't care. I'm going to go down. So my plan here essentially is to go a little bit more aggressive using my Hateful Eidolon. Or I guess less aggressive, I should say. I don't think I need the full set of Thoughtseize. No, I don't think I want the full set of Thoughtseize. Maybe I want 2. We can cut those 2 down. Cut this down. And we'll try this. Because, like, the main reason I wanted to play this deck is because of the fact that I want to play... I want to play Hateful Eidolon. Eidolon's so cool, dude. Great art. Cool effect. I love it. Yeah, no, so, like... I'm just not big on pomp, you know, things that I would call faff. It's a bad hand. It's an okay hand. We're gonna keep... We're going... Man, God, I like all of this. I guess I'm gonna drop the Thoughts. Maybe we drop the Alseid. Bro, I don't know. I like this hand though. Got this on turn 1. Turn 2, this if I need to. Otherwise, this. And the reason we play this first is so we can get draw value. They're gonna kill my Eidolon. Do it, coward. You only kill a man. I don't know if I had a point talking about the fact that I don't care too much about, did I know he had? Yeah, okay, I did. Well, that's incredibly suspicious. Cool. And if my Sram dies, next turn I can play out Lurrus. Or, not play out, but put Lurrus in my hand. I assume my Sram is going to die. This is on cast, so it's potential. Wow, okay. My Shram's a little harder to kill. Only a little, unfortunately. I guess they're trying to keep up removal or something. I'll do this first. If they want to remove my Sram, I'm just going to have to remove my Sram, but I will still get the card draw. Negate on it, alright. Maybe don't block this. Interesting. So next turn I can play this Godless Shrine, Kor Spiritdancer, Mogis, but they brought in like counter spells and stuff. I don't agree with the counter spells. 2 damage to my face. Yeah, I don't care about that at all. Actually, I should have. I think I should have done that differently. Okay, now I have a way to protect my Sram. Cool! So much cooler than the blue version, though. Orzhov Auras, it's just this loser gameplay. We're playing the black version. We have removal. I don't know what the Orzhov version plays. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't pay attention. Good first game back. I've been looking at the analytics. Not entirely sure what to tell about them. Need more time to check things out. I haven't gotten any complaints about the video titles, other than one of the standard videos I accidentally forgot to put that it wasn't historic. So that was an oops, but that was just an oops. No one has complained about my wackier titles, and you know, I'm no longer I don't think I have deck tech and gameplay anymore. It's just kind of the title of the video, so. That's a good hand. We don't have a 1-drop, but never mind. I'm a dirty liar. It doesn't matter because we're probably going to have to lose 2 life here. But we technically might not. We might just draw planes. Then we play... I'm probably going to play the Spiritdancer first. Is that true? Well, now they have a secondary Spiritdancer. I'm going to play the Spiritdancer. And I will attack. Might as well. One thing I have noticed, that doesn't really seem like, What do I want to do here? I think I want Angelic Gift on this. Okay, that's good to have. Ghostform to deal more damage this turn, or I can just hold up this. They're on Sultai. They almost certainly have removal, so I think I'm just going to attack for 2 here. Okay. Anyway, one thing that it seems to be the case of, like, I'm still getting relatively low, like, percent viewed. Okay, what are we gonna do here?
Leave before I make you disappear.
Leave. Oh, interesting. There's no plus. That is not what I expected. Interesting. I can kill this in 1 hit. How much? This is, let's just make sure. This is +3. +6, go to 8, plus 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not lethal, but it is darn close. 11, 1, 2, 3, 4. No. So I am going to keep... I think I'm going to kill this. The plan here is to just one-shot my opponent. In order to do that, I want to make sure that my Kor Spiritdancer survives. If my opponent has 2 removal spells, that is unfortunate. Mostly just because it's going to take mana to rebuild. But, like, we're not going to run out of cards in hand, right? That's not going to be an issue. Nissa, alright, you've lost. Nissa does not enough.
The land fights for us.
Feel free to attack me. I'm not going to block it. And we play this, and we play this. And let's play Ghostform, why not? Cool, Ghost Spiral, I do not care about. Cool, 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 cool. You had a Scooze, but probably more Planeswalker-y. I think I just want Thoughtseizes. I'm not sure that we want the Eidolon package necessarily. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Gosh dang it, I feel like I was talking about something. Why do I do this to myself? Well, this is a little awkward, but we will keep it. I think I'm going to start off with a Hateful Eidolon, to be honest. There are multiple of them, and I don't care as much about them. Probably just play Sram next turn. Interesting. Yeah, I do just want to play Sram here. So I can start getting my draw action. I am shields down on my Sram. Hopefully Sram doesn't bite the dust here, but he might. Potentially a Maelstrom Pulse. That's the card. A Krasis. What I expected. Kind of a bad Krasis as well, in my opinion. I guess they just wanted a blocker so they didn't take early damage, so I guess that's fair. But now I do have an active Karametra's Blessing. Next turn... I mean, I guess I just keep playing these. You did nothing? Oh, I mean, this is like even better. I do not care about my life total. Do one of those. Let's play this. I'm not going to play my all that glitters just yet. I think I will play the Alseid. Then I will Smorky Dork with these. No, I want to see. There we go. Okay. Yeah, then this is just too slow. Man, apparently all I had to do to fight these annoying Sultai decks is hit them in the face with Aura creatures. Yeah, wait, I could block this. Okay. Interesting. So, wait, that's what I was saying. the view duration is still relatively short. It's about 12 minutes. So I think what I'm going to try and do is have essentially 20-minute videos, like baseline. And that cuts down from an average of 3.5 games per video to about 2.5 games per video. And I know that might be upsetting to a lot of people, but I'm just trying to be as efficient and effective as possible. So we're going to try that for a week, see how that goes. The only difference is likely going to be Bolus. Bolus is going to be as long as I want, because I can set so. Anyway, now we talk about the deck for a little bit. So as you can see, the point of the deck essentially is to load up your auras. If it's on Kor Spiritdancer, that's what you primarily want to load it up on, because she gets a bonus based on the amount of auras attached to her. And that's why when you saw me calculating, I was counting this as like 3 and this is 3. It's because it's +1/+1 for its own, but then you also have to factor in the +2/+2 for the Kor Spiritdancer itself. Sram is also quite nice. He has a better starting stats, but he essentially just does the same thing, right? You get draw from casting auras. He just doesn't get an extra benefit. If you're not going all in on Kor Spiritdancer, it's possible that you want to like put your bread in several baskets. However, I found that you really want to make sure that you can protect. You have protection up, and that protection is best served targeting one thing, right? If I have, if like in one of those games I had my Hateful Eidolon have half of my enchantments and then my Sram have half of those enchantments, it means that, you know, if my opponent targeted one of my creatures, I could Karametra's Blessing it, but then they target the other one, and then that one dies. Whereas I could instead just hold up, you know, my Karametra's Blessing, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, there are different factors they could like do things in response, but in general, I just prefer to have my eggs in one basket and this type of thing, because essentially it's a Voltron, right? You're just assembling one thing. To round out our creature discussion, we also have Hateful Eidolon. This card is fantastic because whenever an enchanted creature dies, it doesn't matter if it's yours or the opponent's, you draw a card for each aura you control that was attached to it. So, you know, in that one game we had Sram equipped with, or enchantment, I think with 3 or 4. That means if my Sram died while I had a single Hateful on the field, I draw 3 or 4, depending on how many it was. What's nice, though, is that if you destroy one of your opponent's creatures, say we have a Hateful Eidolon, they go Llanowar Elf, and then we Mogis favor the Llanowar Elf, that Llanowar Elf dies, and because we control the Mogis' favor, and a creature died, we get to draw a card. So Hateful Eidolon can turn into some fantastic, like synergistic card advantage removal. It's just really cool. We have 3 Selfless Saviors and 4 Alseid of Life Bounty. Selfless Savior, I actually like the split here. Selfless Savior does help against board wipes, whereas Alseid doesn't. However, because our plan is to really only have a couple of creatures at once, and to load up on a single creature, we don't care as much about board wipes, especially considering our creatures are going to be drawing us more cards, right? We're going to tend to not be empty-handed. So we don't care as much about board wipes. Although, obviously, it's still going to be annoying because then we have to have mana over time to reinvest in another creature. But Alseid's nice because, obviously, yes, it protects against target removal, but it also protects against things like bounce, etc., etc. But it makes it so that we can potentially attack in and do lethal damage to our opponent. So our opponent, you know, has a wall of a bunch of green blockers, even if they're green and other colors. We can then proactively use our Alseid to give our creature protection from that chosen color, and then hit our opponent in the face. It's fantastic. Maybe our opponent has a red flyer, and a bunch of green dudes on the ground. Well, if our creature flies because of Angelic Gift, we only have to give protection from red, right? So it's a lot of cool, interesting things. So I do like this split between Selfless and Alseid. We have Lurrus. Lurrus is kind of a backup, just to kind of grind more if we need to. You can play this. It costs 6 total mana to put in, and then you can start, you know, rebuilding things. You can rebuy these. You can start rebuying your enchantments, and if you already have these out, then you can start drawing even more cards. And it's a nice way to recoup some lost value if you are playing a bit of a grindy game and your opponent has not yet killed you. We have Cartouche. Gives you a creature, but most importantly, it's a 1-mana thing that gets +1/+1. The first right can be nice. But more importantly, we like the Vigilance from Sentinel's Eyes because we can attack and block. Again, it's a +1. You can use it, the escape on it. You don't necessarily need to, but it's something you can do. Also, I hate this art. It scares me. I don't like it. Kai's Ghostform is really cool. It essentially means that kind of like Selfless Savior. I guess technically also like Alseid, in that you can give it to one of these, and then like if it dies or is put in exile, then you get it back. The issue is that, of course, you're not going to get the other auras that were attached back to it. So these are just kind of better because you get to keep the auras on. Mogis' favor is potentially removal, but also potentially a buff, right? +2, -1. Our creatures aren't going to necessarily be killed. These creatures, obviously, we're not talking about these. They're not going to be killed by Mogis' favor. But you can, you know, finish off some little dudes, or we can just buff our team. It's great. Or buff one of our things. You know what I'm saying. Karametra's Blessing is protection. That's about it. Cool, it buffs. The plan is almost always to just, like, this is never just gonna be +2/+2, right? I guess it could be in some weird circumstances, but the plan is to protect your stuff. All that glitter, it just turns our creature into a powerhouse, because it's not just our auras, but it's our enchantments. So it includes the enchantment creatures we have, which is really cool. And then Angelic Gift gives us some nice invasion. We got Agadeem's Awakening. We have like nothing but these, so it's, the thing is, this is only ever going to cost us 5. I guess, you know what? It's almost always going to cost us 5, because we'll get a 1-drop and a 2-drop. But if we have Lurrus and it died, then we can cast this for 6, and boom, we also get Lurrus. So that is fair. Cool. Mana base, pretty simple. Sideboard, we have extra protection for target removal. We have the Hateful Eidolon package, which includes an additional Eidolon, plus 2 dead weights and 3 Mire's Grasp as more removal. We got 4 Thoughtseizes against any control-y or mid-rangey deck that we just want to get rid of key cards from, and a possible Purifying Light. It has pro-black. This is helpful in a variety of situations, particularly against the black aggro decks. And then you can also use it as a way to exile cards from graveyards that doesn't get rid of your own cards, right? You're not going to want a Rest in Peace or even a Grafter's Cage, because one of the things that you want to be doing, right, is, you know, getting back your Sentinel. You want to have access to the lengthening, the value that you can play. So that was a technically shorter video. I hope all of you enjoyed. I'd like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Fogwan, Malik, and Balater, for the continued support. If you'd like to join them and support the show, you can find links in the description below. I do, of course, hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And of course, until next time, I will be one.